Both houses of Congress passed something that is supposed to compel the FBI to release all the information they have about the Jeffrey Epstein case.
Pablo el Molinero, the honest reportero, crazy güero vaquero, straight shooter caballero.
Like I said in a previous short video, I never really cared that much about the case, mostly because the people involved are so foreign to me in terms of anything to do with my life. I don't mean to say that I don't care about pedophilia and am not interested in the justice is served. It's just that these are people who run in circles of influence and wealth that I simply can't relate to. I can only hope that our system does what it's supposed to do. I suppose that I became curious because so many people place such importance on the case that it became an issue in presidential election politics. Republicans were accusing the Biden administration of a vast cover-up, and many on the right wanted to know who they were protecting. Well, fair enough. Lack of transparency is the fertile ground for conspiracy theories. I still didn't really care about the case that much, but there are any number of things that I felt the Democrats were covering up that I want answers to. So you could just add Epstein to the to find out pile. You can look at my other videos on the Pablo El Molinero YouTube channel and see what I have said about a number of other scandals. Anyway, Donald Trump became president, and the information about Epstein still didn't come out. Many on the right were outraged, especially since people like Dan Bongino, who as a podcaster was so vocal about Epstein, but then as deputy director of the FBI, said there was nothing to see there. I still didn't care that much. I was willing to defer to their judgment. But then the White House and Donald Trump were calling out people in their own party who continued to insist they wanted all the details of the case released. I'm talking about longtime staunch reporters of Trump, like Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene. And this was after the Democrats were releasing emails where they basically accused the president of being intimately involved with Jeffrey Epstein. So now I do want to know, what will they not show me? And more importantly, why won't they show me? However, I want you to see something first. Do you remember when Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, was attacked in his San Francisco home by some crazy homeless person? It happened in late October of 2022. The official story was that some man holding a hammer broke into the Pelosi home and was asking for Nancy because presumably he intended to hurt the then Speaker of the House of Representatives. Paul Pelosi called the police, and when they arrived, he opened the door, and then the intruder attacked him with a hammer. As is understandable in such cases involving high-profile individuals, reporters wanted to see the body cam video from the police, but they were denied because it was an ongoing case. Then people, especially some on the right, started questioning the story. Why weren't there Secret Service agents or other security personnel at the house? How was it so easy for a mentally deranged homeless person to get in? Did Mr. Pelosi actually let him in? Did they have some other type of relationship? Was he a Republican or a Democrat? What were they hiding? Then, around 3 months later, in late January of 2023, amidst a deepening controversy, the police finally released the body cam footage. Look for yourselves.
Hey. What is going on right now?
I'm not getting an answer.
Because of the violent nature of the attack, we're only showing a tiny part of what happened. Don't misunderstand my intentions. I'm not in any way defending the Democrats or Nancy Pelosi. There are mountains of information hidden about lots of things that I believe we need answers to. But in this case, the official story was true. A crazy man with a hammer broke into the home and attacked Paul Pelosi. The point is that had someone just released the body cam footage months before, we could have avoided all the speculation that turned out to be pointless. That is kind of how I feel about the Epstein Files. I think that there is a better than even chance that everyone is going to be severely disappointed by what we learn from the FBI. I'm not saying the case is all much ado about nothing. I'm just guessing that we're not going to get the whole story with the release of the FBI documents. Without a doubt, some people both on the left and the right are going to be embarrassed. I don't think we're going to learn much from this release anyway. There are any number of questions people have asked, such as, was Jeffrey Epstein a spy? How did he make his fortune? And I'm not entirely sure what any of that would have to do with him being a pedophile anyway. At this point, I'm pretty sure that there is no clients list this, and I'm absolutely convinced that nothing in the information is going to damage Donald Trump. The Democrats absolutely would have already used that kind of thing against him years ago had it been available. It's not there. I also doubt that we are going to learn about some great international pedophile ring. I'm not saying that there isn't such a thing, but I don't believe that our FBI under any administration would cover that up. At any rate, I will be watching to see what details do emerge, but I won't be surprised to find out that we didn't learn the whole story. My guess is that we never will. This is Pablo El Molinero.